In 1993, a fire lieutenant led his crew into a burning residential house in Cleveland. It looked like a routine kitchen fire. The flames were manageable. The smoke was standard. But as they stood in the living room, spraying water on the flames, the lieutenant was suddenly gripped by a terrifying, overwhelming sensation. He didn't think. He didn't have a logical reason. He just turned to his men and screamed, "Get out, now!" The crew retreated. Seconds after they cleared the doorway, the entire living room floor collapsed into the basement. If they had stayed for 5 more seconds, they would have all died in an inferno. Later, when investigators asked the lieutenant how he knew the floor was going to give way, he couldn't explain it. He said it was a sixth sense. He said he just knew. For centuries, we have attributed moments like this to magic, to guardian angels, or to psychic powers. We call it the gut feeling. But what if I told you that the lieutenant didn't have a psychic vision? What if I told you that his brain simply processed information faster than his conscious mind could create a sentence? Welcome to Belief Decoded. Today, we are not just debunking a myth, we are revealing a biological masterpiece. We are going to deconstruct the sixth sense. From the 0.05 hertz rhythm of your stomach to the 74 millisecond wiring of your fear, to understand intuition, we first have to break a major belief about how we see the world. You probably believe that your eyes work like a camera. You see the world, your brain processes the image, and then you react. That is wrong. Neuroscience now tells us that the brain is not a camera. It is a prediction engine. Scientists call this fundamental operating principle predictive processing. Essentially, this means your brain is constantly hallucinating a model of the world, guessing what is going to happen next based on your past experiences. It acts as a proactive machine that only uses your eyes and ears to correct those guesses when they are wrong. Let's go back to that firefighter. He thought he was reacting to a feeling, but his brain was actually processing 2 massive anomalies that his conscious mind missed. First, the fire was too quiet. A kitchen fire makes a specific roaring sound. This fire was muffled. Second, the living room was too hot. The heat didn't match the size of the flames he could see. His brain's prediction model for a kitchen fire failed. The data didn't match the prediction. So, his brain triggered a massive error signal. This signal didn't come as a thought, like, the fire is in the basement. That would take too long, too many seconds of slow verbal thinking. Instead, the brain sent a high-speed chemical alert directly to his body. The result was that sixth sense of terror. He was right, but he didn't know why he was right until hours later. If you are enjoying this deep dive, please take a second to hit the like button. It helps our algorithm find more curious minds like yours. So, how does this signal travel so fast? Why do you feel a bad vibe from a stranger before they even say hello? It comes down to the architecture of your brain. We possess a dual-route visual system. When you look at a face, the information splits into 2 paths. The first path is the high road. This goes to your visual cortex. It analyzes details. It asks, is this person smiling? Do I know them? This process takes about 300 milliseconds. That is slow. In the animal kingdom, 300 milliseconds is the difference between life and death. But there is a second path, a primitive shortcut that experts call the low road. This neural pathway bypasses the visual cortex entirely and sends raw, blurry visual data straight to the amygdala, your brain's fear center. This low road reacts in just 74 milliseconds. To put that in perspective, that is the speed at which your brain detects a threat before you are even consciously aware that you are looking at one. This is why you might jump back from a stick in the grass before you realize it's not a snake. Your amygdala saw a curved shape and screamed snake via the low road, long before your high road realized it was just a branch. This is the biological basis of a condition known as affective blindsight. There are people who are cortically blind. They cannot see anything consciously. Yet, if you show them a picture of an angry face, their heart rate goes up. They can't see the face, but their amygdala can feel it. This is what you call a vibe. It's not energy. It's ancient biology saving your life in less than 1/10 of a second. This high-speed processing gives humans a cognitive superpower that psychologists call thin slicing. This is the brain's incredible ability to find patterns and judge character based on extremely narrow windows of experience, sometimes as short as 2 seconds. Studies show that you can judge a teacher's effectiveness, a doctor's empathy, or a stranger's aggression in less than 2 seconds. You are decoding micro-expressions, those fleeting facial movements that last only 1/25th of a second. You don't see them consciously, but your low road catches them. However, this superpower has a dark side. Because the low road is fast, it's also dirty. It relies on stereotypes and fear, not facts. In 1999, a tragedy occurred in New York City involving a man named Amadou Diallo. Police officers, operating under high stress, saw him reach for his wallet. Their brains were in hyper-arousal. The low road took over. It saw a dark object and a fast movement. It bypassed the logic center. They fired 41 shots. This is not a moral failure. It is a design trade-off. This is where the sixth sense fails us. It is optimized for survival, not for truth. It would rather you be safe and wrong than correct and dead. This is what we call implicit bias, or maladaptive thin slicing. It is the cost of having a brain built for speed. We explore these complex psychological topics every week. If you want to support this research, consider becoming a member of the channel. Your support allows us to dig deeper into these papers. Now let's talk about the most famous part of the sixth sense, the gut feeling. For years, scientists thought this was just a metaphor, but recent discoveries have proven that your gut is literally a second brain. This is the enteric nervous system, a network of 500 million neurons lining your stomach. But here is the mind-blowing part. Your stomach has a heartbeat. Research from the lab of Catherine Talon-Baudry has identified a phenomenon known as gastric brain coupling. This discovery reveals that your stomach generates a continuous, slow electrical rhythm of 0.05 hertz. That is exactly one cycle every 20 seconds. This isn't just about digestion. This rhythm synchronizes with your brain. Imagine your brain is a radar station. The stomach rhythm sets the speed of the radar. The study showed that when the stomach is in its contraction phase, your brain processes sensory information more sharply. You are more likely to notice a threat or have an intuitive breakthrough when your gut is contracting. Furthermore, we have the vagus nerve. This is the information superhighway, connecting your body to your mind. Crucially, 80% of the signals on this nerve travel up from the body to the brain, not down. This explains the theory of somatic markers. When you face a dangerous choice, your brain runs a simulation. It asks, "How did I feel the last time I did this?" It then recreates that physical sensation, a tightness in the chest or a drop in the stomach. This physical sensation is the somatic marker. It is your body telling your mind the answer before your logic has figured it out. So when you say, "I feel it in my gut," you are being scientifically accurate. You are feeling a somatic marker transmitted via the vagus nerve, timed to the 0.05 Hz rhythm of your gastric system. There is one more aspect of the sixth sense that feels truly paranormal: Scopaesthesia. This is the scientific name for that eerie feeling that someone is staring at you from behind. Surveys show that up to 90% of people believe they have felt this. You are walking down a dark street. The hairs on your neck stand up. You turn around, and someone is there. Is it telepathy? Is it an energy field? Science attributes this to a mechanism called the Hyperactive Agency Detection Device, or HAD. Here is the reality. Your eyes are incredible at the center of your vision, but at the edges, in your peripheral vision, they are terrible. Everything is blurry. When your brain detects a blurry shadow or a slight movement behind you, it has a choice. Choice A, assume it's a bush. Choice B, assume it's a predator staring at you. Evolutionary biology dictates that the cost of a false positive is low. You just look silly turning around. But the cost of a false negative is death. So, your brain is hardwired to assume you are being watched. But why does it feel like you are always right? This is a classic self-fulfilling prophecy. When you feel nervous, you turn around abruptly. That sudden movement causes the person behind you to look up at you. You didn't feel their stare. Your movement created their stare. We have established that the sixth sense is real biology. But the big question remains, can you trust it? The answer lies in the difference between a novice and an expert. Magnus Carlsen, the world chess champion, can look at a chessboard and instantly know the winning move. He doesn't calculate. He sees it. This is a process called chunking. It is where the brain groups information into meaningful patterns. He has memorized 50,000 of these patterns. His intuition is accessing a database. If you are an expert in your field, a nurse, a firefighter, a driver, your intuition is a supercomputer accessing thousands of hours of data. You should trust it. But if you are in a new situation, your gut feeling is likely just anxiety. How do you tell the difference? Here is the rule of thumb. True intuition is unemotional. It is a flat, calm detachment. It simply says, the floor is going to collapse. Or, check the patient's airway. It is focused on the present moment. Anxiety, on the other hand, is highly emotional. It is frantic. It loops. It asks questions. What if I fail? What if something bad happens? It is focused on the future. The sixth sense is not a ghost in the machine. It is the machine. It is the 74 millisecond warning from your amygdala. It is the 0.05 hertz rhythm of your stomach tuning your brain. It is the somatic marker of your past experiences guiding your future. Intuition is not a shortcut to truth. It's a shortcut to action. It turns out, we don't need magic to explain the wonders of human perception. The biology is miraculous enough. The firefighter didn't survive because of magic. He survived because his brain was faster than words. So the next time you get a hunch, don't ignore it. But don't follow it blindly either. Ask yourself, is this my experience speaking or my fear? And speaking of questions, does science finally prove that we can sense magnetic fields like birds do? We will cover that in our next deep dive. Make sure you are subscribed to Belief Decoded so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching.